I think a good example would be like, we all love our houses, right? But like if it wasn't our house and there was no one hurt, obviously you'd be fine. If like it was morally okay, it'd be cool to watch your house burn down, right? Like it's just a kind of a cool show.
Bro?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just think it's entertaining.
What?
I'm not saying it'd be cool to fucking watch your house burn down. It would suck. But if there was no implication, it is purely a visual show.
I think that's you're explaining why people voted for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Okay, wrong podcast.
Basically,
I said this to Nikki in the lead up to that election. Nikki's reminded me a few times of what I said that election night. She'd gotten back from the polls, and we were talking about like, oh, what's going to happen tonight? You know, it was like, well, Hillary is probably going to win. That's what everybody expected. But there were some people that called that correctly. I remember some of the edgier people I followed were like, Sam Hyde, for instance, had put money on Donald Trump winning. Like he sensed a undercurrent that was stronger than most people sensed. And he won, I think he won like 6 figures off of betting that Donald Trump would win. That's just a side note. Damn. But so as we were talking about what's going to happen tonight,
the odds were that fucking against him.
I said to Nikki, and she's reminded me of this a few times. 2%. I said, I think it probably. I would like to see what happens if Donald Trump is the president, but I would also like the ability to rewind.
When that happened, I was kind of like, because everyone was bitching about it for like fucking a year, you know, ever since it was going to happen. And look, I'll fully admit it.
People are still bitching about it.
Dude, I love watching the world burn, okay? Like when Cyberpunk 2077 came out and it was dog shit, you know how much of a fucking smile I had? Like, despite waiting for that game to come out, I was like, oh my god. All the anger on the internet. Yeah, but when Donald Trump got into office and like all my American friends are messaging me, it's like, I can't believe this happened, ... And I'm like Gerald from that South Park episode, like the troll. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm just living my life, having the fucking world's getting nuked around me. Fuck yeah. I was like, shit, I'm Canadian. It doesn't matter to me.
He was such an unprecedented and racist personality that no one really knew what could happen. And you know, a lot of people were afraid that he could, with that much power, like wipe out all humanity on the planet. So like it felt like the stakes were high, you know, like that he could, because what we knew going into that was that when he has a feud with somebody, like we could see there was a lot of precedent for what how he reacts when you say something insulting about him. Like he had fights with Rosie O'Donnell,
You're fired.
Right? And he went full, like, he would like dox journalists. He would just go full bridge burning, complete destruction if you said anything bad about him.
That's so fun. Yeah, that's the best
leading
fucking
up to that election, it was like, so
people
what happens
scared that he was like
politician says something insulting about him? Like, it was not clear how far he would go. You know, so
right,
bro. That's like, what's Trudeau gonna do? Do blackface?
Like a third time? Fucking, that's not cool.
Scared of it.
Fucking, you go to like Trump or whatever. It's like you go to one of his rallies and like TikTok doesn't show that it's bussin'. He's like, I'm just gonna fucking ban the fucking app from the goddamn country. Executive order that shit. I'm like, what a fucking It's like if Cartman became president. It's like, fucking, what did you say? Ban. Get out of here.
The whole thing is just cartoonish, dude.
Then every time he would do something like that, he would strut, like, you know the Jimmy Neutron walk?
Yeah. It was so funny, because when I just started YouTube at that time, and I was talking to all my friends that night, the night of the election in 2016, and they were all so, like, just so afraid. And I'm from the fucking woods, okay? Like, legitimately from the fucking woods. So the people around me, generally speaking, my neighbors, etc., were all like, yeah, I just like, he tells it how it is. And I'm like, yeah, it's not going to affect you. I mean, you live in a fucking trailer house on 45 acres in West Virginia. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
8 years could go by, and if there's no nukes dropping in D.C., you're going to be fine. You won't even fucking know.
Man, what did we say at the start of this podcast? It was like, let's avoid politics. And then what are we doing now?
Yeah, but I don't even know if this is a politics discussion.
This is just funny.
We're just kind of like laughing at the fact that we had a guy in office that could literally fucking executive order an app out of existence. He's like, what? You talk shit about me? Get the fuck up out of here. Yeah. Dude, if he was still here now and like fucking Jack Dorsey said some shit on Twitter, he'd be like, fucking ban Twitter. I'm going to ban you on the grounds that you're supporting. Like fucking some insane. I would love that. You know, it's like, part of me loves watching the shit show. And it's like when you have like a regular politician like fucking Trudeau, it's like, dude, if we like, here's the thing: if Trudeau was like fucking Trump and like you called him out for being blackface, Trudeau would be like, so what? Who gives? Like Trudeau would fucking, you know what I mean? He'd do like the non-politician thing. He wouldn't like try to swipe it under the rug or something or never acknowledge it. That's the thing.
The I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Like
fuck it, I'll do it. Yeah, I don't go. The next election cycle, I'll dress up in fucking full blackface. It's like
I think. Go ahead.
No, like I remember when like Trump had the whole like grab him by the pussy. Dude, I fucking when I first heard that clip, I was like, what? That's fucking insane.
Yeah, what? Wasn't he talking about his daughter?
No, that was another one. It's like no, that was the one where it's
Oh.
like, you know, if my daughter, you know, if I date Ivanka, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This motherfucker's
If
insane.
she wasn't my daughter,
He said
I
some
might
wild
be dating
things about her.
I thought the line was, if she wasn't my daughter, I'd grab her by the pussy.
no. He said that with Billy, the one fucking the correspondent.
Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a like a trailer. It was
It was,
like,
it was like locker room
Yeah.
talk. They were just like
yeah,
fucking
that's what they kept calling it, locker room
right.
talk. I've never said anything like that.
Yeah, we never were like, we're like, hey, Oompy, you know when you're real famous, they'll just let you grab him by the pussy, right? Fuck.
Yeah, I'm super famous now.
Yeah, like they'll
All
just
these
let you do
bitches
it.
looking like dead Arnuki beasts.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I never would have expected the guy to win. So when the night came that he won, dude, that was the first time in my life that I watched an election map, and I was like, oh god, oh fuck yeah, please come on, dude, just bring
Same,
the
dude.
fucking anger, just be top of
Dude.
Reddit tomorrow, like fuck.
Same. When Michigan and like the key battleground states went red, I was like, oh my
Well,
god.
that's why I like
Too fucking real,
that's why I
dude.
like the 2020 election the most, because it's like no matter who would have won, Biden or Trump, you would have still had an equal amount of bitching from either side. You know, it's like 50-50 split down the middle. There was because the night that I slept, like I had my covers open, I was like dozing off. I'm like, when I wake up tomorrow, it's still gonna be bitching. It's still gonna be anger.
Nothing's gonna be different.
Exactly. And I woke up.
There were
yeah,
some
they were
people
angry.
that spent that entire period of time having what seemed like an extended like mental crisis about it. You know, like they the same way that we were saying, oh man, I wonder what could happen, but we have a trollish instinct and we just had a morbid curiosity about it and sort of nihilistic don't care view.
Some
Maybe.
people were melting
There were some
down.
people that I guess that concern also combined with the amount of like engagement and praise they would get for expressing it led them down a path of constantly, you know, what they called like the derangement over it, where it became their personality that they were worried about that.
I just realized, like, I can't control much in my life, you know, like, aside from the things around me. So I don't even think a lot about the election. I'm like, even in Canada, I'm like, yeah, listen, I'm like a very small fucking, you know, tadpole in the grand scheme of things. I'm just going to live my life, and if the world bitches about the day after, I don't give a fuck, you know? It is what it is. Like,
Well, you know what's gonna really change the landscape of politics is when a YouTuber realizes that they have political power.
I think
and
Logan
that
Paul
they
will
could
run for
probably
president.
become the mayor of their city or the governor.
who do we
of their
think is
state.
going to be the first YouTube mayor? Or, like, fucking senator?
Well, I think the Paul brothers.
I'll vote.
That's true. He tried.
I'll
He
run
didn't
for
almost
mayor,
win,
dude.
but he tried.
I live in a small town.
Right,
I'll run.
that's
I'll win.
like my.
We
my
had
entire
Joey
purpose
Salads.
in it-
Didn't Joey Salads almost fucking win something? No, he didn't almost win. Sorry, he tried.
Right. So
Yeah.
so far, the only YouTubers who have made a serious bid for political office have been the ones that have serious skeletons in their closet and
Joey.
are relatively like thought of as they're thought of as kind of like
Dumbasses. We can be
Yeah,
nice
I
here.
know.
Neurodivergence. Yeah.
He's
What's the
obviously
similarity
not
between
going
all
to win.
How is Joey gonna win when there's a literal video of him pissing into his mouth, going, "Yeah, it's good. That's good."
What about the hot dog? The hot dog bit he did.
I don't know. Like, how the
Um,
fuck was he ever gonna win? But I think. Listen, I feel like now you're right. Like, I feel like Logan Paul will run for president, but
Yeah.
you know, it's not gonna go anywhere. It'd be
Same.
more smart if he ran for like fucking mayor or something, or like just some small position.
I
Because
wouldn't write off that. I wouldn't say that it's going to go nowhere. In fact, like the lore about Nerd City is like I was a successful YouTuber in another dimension, and I'm here only
Dude.
to prevent the Paul brothers from
Don't
becoming
write it off.
two-term
Don't write
presidents
it off.
back
I
to
don't
back.
see it as like such an
What
improbable
the fuck would
future.
America look like if the fucking Pauls became president? What the fuck would that be? This motherfucker would go to Japan and suck off the prime minister. What the fuck? There's no
Bro,
way.
did you see-
No, he'd get into a
spelled the
fight
word
with like someone in
ingredients
Russian and be
wrong
like,
on
you know
all the
what? Let's
prime
just
drinks."
box over this, okay? I'm gonna fly down to the fucking Kremlin and I'm gonna take you on, okay? I don't give a fuck.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw that. And there was another one. Zinc is like capital Z and capital I or some shit like that on their fucking drink. They didn't even. You had so like being someone who knows about product like those things before you sell them by the FDA. You have to have a lawyer go and look at your product labeling and make sure that it's up to par. And
okay.
there cannot be typos. It's not possible. I guarantee that they did not get a lawyer to look at their packaging, and the
So-
FDA is
Are
probably.
you talking
going to
about
be, like,
that
sniffing on
energy
their ass
drink
pretty
that
soon.
KSI and Logan
sure.
launched?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it
Yeah.
wasn't a
Prime,
meme.
yeah.
It wasn't a meme.
Yeah, they misspelled
Wow.
the word ingredients.